The deeper you enter into the now, the more peace and freedom you experience. The time is an illusion. Past is a memory. Future is a imagination. When you place attention to the inner energy field, your mind becomes silent. Power of now is the power of your presence. I'm Kalyani. I'm from Dallas. Today I'm going to take the Swadhyaya and the book Power of Now, written by Eckhart Tolle. I chose this book because being mindful was very hard for me. But after reading this book, I started staying in the present moment more easily. I tried his concepts in my life and they helped a lot. The whole book emphasizes the staying in the present moment. So, about the author. The author name was Eckhart Tolle. Until he was 30, he lived with constant fear, sadness, and worry. Sometimes, sometimes he felt so low, he didn't want to live anymore. He was tired of his life and himself. A thought kept repeating in his mind, I can't live with myself anymore. Then suddenly he realized something strange. If I can't live with myself anymore, then there must be of two of me. One part is full of fear, and other part is quietly watching it all. At that moment, something inside him woke up. His mind became still, and he felt a deep peace that he had never felt before. From that day, Eckhart Tolle's life changed completely. He felt calm, peaceful all the time. People around him wondered why he was always happy. Later, he shared what he learned by writing this book, Power of Now. And this book is based on the real questions asked by the people during his meditation sessions, personal meetings, and talks. So it is in simple question and answer style, masters. This book contains 10 chapters. So let's go into the each chapter in detail. The first chapter was You Are Not Your Mind. The author started this chapter with one word, that is enlightenment. The word enlightenment appears to be the superhuman achievement, but it's not. It is a simple natural state of felt oneness with being. In simple words, it is not a state to achieve. It is a something simple recognition of what you are already before the mind tells you who you should be. So the masters, the question rises, what is being? Being is a eternal, ever present. The word being explains nothing. It is inner stillness. Then what is the greatest obstacle of this experience of inner stillness? The answer is your own mind. Yes, masters, your own mind. So being can be felt only when your mind is still, when you are present, when your attention is fully in the present. Then the question arises here, what is the mind? Mind is a superb instrument if you use it in a correct way. Otherwise, it is your own enemy. You believe that you are your mind. No, absolutely not, masters. Let me ask you one question. Let the session be interactive. Can you be free yourself from your mind whenever you want? If the answer is yes, then it's very good. If it is the answer no, then you are taken over by your mind. The mind is using you. Here the question rises, how can we free ourselves from our mind dominance? Other introduced a beautiful concept called watching the thinker. That concept changed my life. In what is that concept? Listen the voice in your head as often as you can. When you listen it impartially without any analysis, any judgment. So when you listen the thoughts, you are not only aware of the thought, but yourself as the witness of the thought. A new dimension of consciousness comes within. The thought then subsides its power over you. Then you experience a discontinuity in the mental stream, a gap of no mind state. At first, this gap will be short, but gradually it becomes longer. When these gaps occurs, you feel a certain stillness and peace inside you. This stillness is the felt oneness with being, that is natural state of masters. After reading this concept, watching the thinker, I was really surprised. I realized that the voice I hear in my head is not my real self. All my childhood, from childhood onwards, I thought that the voice was me. When I understand this concept, I felt very sad, and why I didn't read this book earlier. These are my thoughts, masters. Okay, coming to the concept. Next, he gave one more concept called mindfulness. So instead of watching the thinker, you create a gap in the mind stream by simply directing your focus on the present moment work, what you are doing. For example, if you are washing your hands, pay attention to the all the sense perceptions associated with that activity. Like feel the sound, feel the water, movement of the hands, the scent of the soap. This will help you to stay in the present moment. One more question one person asked, what about the emotions? Emotions arises at the place where the body and mind met. An emotion is usually represented as an amplified, energized thought pattern. Then, so how can we deal with it? So we can allow the emotion be there without being controlled by it. Witness the emotion in the same way as we deal with the thought. Okay, so this is the way to deal with our thoughts and emotions. So when you are more identified with your thoughts, you create pain in the body. So we don't know that. I also don't know until reading this book. Eckhart Tolle beautifully explains this through a concept called pain body. Let's go into that slide, masters. So the pain, the author says that the pain, human pain is unnecessary. It is self-created. The pain you created now and the pain you created in the past lives on in your body and mind. It takes negative energy field. So that is called pain body. It gets put from our negative emotions like anger, hatred, grief, emotion, sometimes illness. When we consciously aware of it, it dissolves easily. How to dissolve? That is the question, masters. So focus on the pain body. Whatever the emotion, accept it. Don't judge it, analyze it. Don't make any identity out of it. Stay in the present moment. Continue to be observer of what is happening inside of you. So it dissolves easily. So the pain you created now is some form of the non-acceptance or resistance of the present moment. On the thought level, it's some form of the judgment. On the emotional level, it's some form of the negativity. The more you are identified with mind, you are suffer. So acceptance of the present moment and fully awareness of the present moment gives you the inner freedom. Okay, masters? So, so this pain body has two modes. One is active, one is dormant, sleep mode. It may be 90% dormant for all the times. In deeply unhappy persons, it will active up to 100%. The intensity of the pain depends upon the how much degree of resistance, how much you are resisting the present moment. he gave one more concept called A, A, A square. That means A means accept, A means act. A means accept means whatever the situation in the present moment, you have chosen it, work with it, act according to it, not against it. Flow like a water. This will miraculously transforms your life, Master. So, present moment is the key for end of all sufferings. The deeper you enter into the now, the more peace and freedom you experience. Here, the author explains how you enter that present moment more deeply. So, masters, this can be done by removing the time from the mind. How we can more deeply go into the now? So, by removing the time from the mind, we stop the mind. That means you are completely stay in the present moment. So, identification with the mind creates pain. Observation with the observation of the mind open the dimensions of timeless. So, this energy drawn from the mind turns into presence. So, author says that time is an illusion. Past is a memory. Future is a imagination. That is the thought rising from now. So we have all past, whatever the past we have. So if you keep on thinking about the past, you are energizing it. Instead, pay attention what is happening at the right now, at the present moment, your thoughts, emotions, feelings. Just watch them calmly. So without any judgments, the awareness in the present moment slowly releases the past. You don't find yourself by going back into the past. You find yourself by fully focus on the present moment. So how we can go into deeply into the present moment? That is the question here. Okay, how? So if you use this time in practical aspects of the life, that is clock time. If you use the time in practical aspects means, for example, making the doctor appointments. I'm a housewife. If housewife, we know how we have to prepare the meal plans, our breakfast plans. For that, we use this clock time. So, in every practical aspects of the life, we use this clock time. So, it not only include this, whatever the learnings from the past, we don't repeat that again in clock time. Psychological time means we are mentally lives in the past and the future. It is the source of guilt, fear, and worry. So, the goal is here using the clock time wisely without being trapped in the psychological time. Enlightened persons mainly focus attention always in the now and continue to use the clock time and free of the psychological time. So, here the question arises. Actually, why we still struggle to stay in the present moment? Because mind creates many strategies to pull us away from the mind, away from the now, present moment. We become unconscious. We don't know that. Here other gave two levels of unconsciousness. Let's go into the slide, masters. What are two unconscious is? One is ordinary unconsciousness. So in that one, you are identified with your egoic mind. You are identified with your thoughts, emotions, feelings. You are run by your egoic mind. You are unaware of the being. You think that it is normal. It is your people. It is normal living. People think that it is normal, and you feel low level of unease and nervousness. This nervousness, when it is intensified, it turns into take a form like deep unconsciousness, a state of more acute, more pain. You are completely identified with this pain body. When, for example, when things go wrong, when there is major challenges, when threat, when loss, or any conflict in the relationships, you are completely identified with pain body. you are taken over by the pain body. The best indicator of what level of consciousness is how to deal with challenges in your life when they come in. That matters. Challenges are actually tests for you. Challenges makes an unconscious person more unconscious. Unconscious person more aware. How to deal with it, how to dissolve, make it conscious. Witness your emotions, thoughts, which is the essential part of being present. Make a habit to monitor the mental and emotional state through self observation. So, what is going inside at this moment? Ask yourself. Don't ask this question immediately. Don't answer this question immediately. Pay attention inwards. Look inwards in yourself. What kind of thoughts am I producing now at the moment? Direct your attention inwards into the body. Is there any tension you are facing? Is there any, if you detect any low level of unease, that means you are avoiding present moment. Check with yourself. Okay, masters? So I want to quote my own example here. What happened is our sir, Pradeep sir, give us the task of teaching meditation to 3 circles and submit this assignment in 3 weeks. In the first week, I fell sick with fever and later it turned to be COVID. My mind was strongly resisting the situation. I was in hurry to recover. I was tried the manifesting techniques also, repeating to myself, I must get well soon. Then suddenly a quiet voice inside said, why you are resisting your situation? Accept it, flow like water. Oh, then I understand. Oh, this is the unconscious resistance. I don't know that. At that time, I am reading this book. Okay, masters, this example not in this book. Actually, I'm saying that this is my experience experiment. Sometimes people unconsciously resist the present moment, like saying that they resist the weather, change in the weathers. I don't like this cold weather. I don't like this hot weather. I mean, I hate, which is we are normal, which we think normal, but it is not. We unconsciously resisting the natural flow of seasons. Then you gain some pain. So go with it. We think it is normal, it's not. For that, you need high level of awareness. Okay, masters. Let's. So I usually thought that living in the past creates only suffer. But after reading this book, I realized that constantly thinking about the future achievements also creates suffer. Because it makes us to lose present moment. Okay, let's go into the next slide, masters. So waiting is a state of mind. The author says that waiting is a state of mind. Basically, it means we want future. We don't want present. We don't want what you have got. We want what you haven't got. We want. Many people, for example, many people want prosperity. It cannot come in future until you honor, acknowledge, and fully accept the present moment reality. And grateful for what you grateful for what you have got in the life. Gratitude for the present moment is always a way for the true prosperity. You can work to improve your life situations, but your life don't need any improvement. Your life is a deepest inner being that is already complete. Your life situation is most it's what happened around you, but your life is the awareness you have at the present moment. That is at the present moment. Okay, masters. So then here your life journey has two purposes. One is outer purpose, one is inner purpose. So outer purpose is what you are going to do at later point of time. It may it teach achievements, goals. It may take million steps, but inner purpose is what you are going to do now. It may take only one step. That is powerful step. That is important step. So, for example, I want to give my own example here. I want to become a spiritual scientist to give the speeches like Pradeep sir. First, I need to accept myself how I am now. Reaching that point is later. What matters now is being thankful my life and growing step by step. That is what I learned from this book. Until now, we understand how the mind plays tricks to avoid the present moment. And the other give the practical exercise to help to stay in the present moment. So for that, he gave a concept called connecting with the inner energy field of the body. So what is the inner energy field? Beneath our physical body, there is a field of energy and aliveness. When you place attention to the inner energy field, your mind becomes silent. This instantly brings you into the presence. Here, author gives some practical exercises to go into the inner field. Make sure body relaxed, close your eyes, take few breaths. Feel yourself breathing into the lower abdomen. Observe how your expands, contracts slightly with each breath. Feel every part of your body. Then become aware of the entire energy field, inner energy field of the body. Don't think about it, just become with it, merge with it. Then the difference between inner and outer dissolves. There is no inner body anymore. When your consciousness directed outwards, the world arises. When it directed inwards, it realizes its source. The more you connected with the inner body, you are high vibrational frequency. Because every cell of your body is active. This practice will strengthen your immune system. While you are doing this activity, put some while doing your any your household chores, any activity, put some attention in the inner body, energy field of the body. This is also one practice to stay in the present. Okay, before entering into the inner body, forgive any unresolved emotions in the body. By fully feeling it, accepting it, any lingering emotions, you dissolve its power and open the way to enter the physical, this inner body. This is all about inner body masters. And portals to unmanifested. So this inner presence naturally opens the doorway into the deeper stillness and awakening. This is called the deeper stillness, which is called unmanifested. This is the deeper dimension beyond the physical world and the mind. By connecting to it, we access the timeless peace and stillness. This is the true source of our being. These are the portals to reach unmanifested masters, inner body. Just we talk this and dreamless sleep. When we visit the unmanifested every night, we enter into the phase of deep dreamless sleep. We merge with the source. Meditation, we know all that meditation will take you to deep this stillness. And silence, every sound born out of silence. When you all pay attention to the outer silence, it creates inner silence. So now is also a when we stop thinking about the past and the future, present we stay in the present moment. So something deep inside opens. You begin feel the inner silent power of life itself that is unmanifested. The space is also one portal masters. In the outside world, we have objects like chairs, walls, and tables. In the inside world also, we have objects like thoughts, emotions, and sense experiences. When you withdraw the attention from the outside objects, you also withdraw the attention from the inside objects, and you will see the stillness space behind the thoughts and emotions and feelings. So that is the one portal to reach unmanifested. So next, death. If you miss any portal, death is a final portal, a dissolution of the physical form. It always a great opportunity to self-realization. So surrender is also a portal, masters. Let's go into the next final slide. So surrender is a inner phenomena. It does not transforms you what is outside. It transforms you inside. So the only place where you experience the flow of life is now. So surrender to the present moment without any inner resistance and mental judgments. Some may think surrender is a lazy man work. No masters, nothing. No. So I want to quote here the Pradeep's words. So do your best and leave the rest. Best means do your best wholeheartedly, and leaving the rest means leave it to the divine. So I practiced this also while in teaching assignment. I prepared myself and surrendered to the divine, and flow happened naturally through me. If you suddenly feel light, calm, and deeply peace, that is a sign that you are truly surrendered. So when your pain is deep, surrender seems not meaningless. Don't turn away from the pain. Face it. Feel it fully. So don't make any script around it. Allow it to be there. Uh, Surrender to inner emotion. Witness it without labeling it mentally. Then how see the surrender of deep suffering transforms into deep peace. So bringing the light into the darkness. Full attention means full acceptance. Surrender means end of end of the mind as your master. You are no longer need any ego and defense and false masks. For example, when death is coming next moment, what option do you have? Nothing, is it? So when there is no option, surrender happens naturally. Surrender happens when there is no choice. Okay, masters? So, so these are all the key takeaway from the book. Present moment hold the key for true liberation. And practicing and witnessing the thoughts helps to stay in the present moment. And stay connected with the inner energy field also stay in the present moment. And pain body concept, the surrender concept helps you to stay in the present moment, and it also helps to deal with your life situations when necessary. Okay, masters, and how practice mindful this in my daily life. As soon as I get up from the mind, I remind myself to stay in the present moment. I practice this technique of watching the thinker. Sometimes I practice the technique of being mindful to the present moment work, what I am doing. Sometimes I put some attention in the inner field. Sometimes I give, when I stuck up in the thoughts, I immediately come out and observe the outer situations, outer circumstances. That is one method I am following. First of all, I started this technique with small steps. Then I gradually expanded this awareness to all my other activities. So I conclude, if I say one word about this book, is power of now is the power of your presence. Your consciousness liberated from the thought forms. That is true liberation, masters. Everybody who I recommended everyone should read this book. And anybody have any questions? Yeah, Deepali ma'am, please. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for ma'am for this wonderful session. I have one question that you said that about emotions, the long back emotions dissolve it.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So sometimes it's not about myself, but I see some people, they just take some baggages and they just can't forget that emotions, means whatever is happened. So journaling also doesn't work sometimes. That's why I am asking any solution given in this book.
No, he said that just feel that emotion.
Okay,
But you have to sit quietly, go inside. Then only you feel that emotion completely.
okay,
So I did this practice, feel that emotion. I did the experiment as well. When you are feeling any fear, any emotion, sit quietly, close your eyes, Feel that emotion, feel it. Yeah, it's your emotion, you're just feel it, feel. And you will surprise after some time that full attention means full acceptance. Your light of your soul will dissolve that emotion. But
Okay.
do this as an experiment. I
Okay.
experimented.
Okay.
It worked for
Yes.
me. Tell
Okay.
to them
Okay.
also. Yeah, that
Yes.
is
Yes.
that is
Sure.
full
Sure. Yes.
attention means full acceptance. Acceptance turns to that brings the light. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Madhavi ma'am.
Yeah, hi Kalyani. Thank you so much for the presentation. It was wonderful. We got
Thank you.
connected. Yeah, I have one question
Mm,
on the surrender. When you
mm.
said that surrender, like when we surrender, for example, uh, people take the advantage of that. How to do it, deal with it? You know what I mean?
I did it. Okay. Advantage means, can you explain more? More?
For example, if my brothers are there, me and my brothers,
Mm,
as a child, actually, I faced it a lot.
mm,
Then when we were playing or when we are at home, I used to surrender them. Like, okay, let them win or let them go ahead first rather than me. And then they
mm,
used to take the advantage of that, and every time they used to lead or they used to
mm,
dominate me. Now, like and I used to
mm,
get more what you call chances. Like my parents always used to get, let her. Then she's a girl. Let her do first. Ladies are first, yeah, right? So like that they used to give. Yeah, but just because I
Actually,
surrendered
I understand.
myself,
I understand it. That is not surrender, actually. That is your love towards your brothers.
yeah, but
Yeah, I think so. But surrender means that is different.
that's what I
Um,
wanted to understand. What does it mean surrender?
Surrender means
What is
surrender to
the
the
author is trying to
that.
say?
Yeah, what is a surrender means, if you are resisting that present moment, flow like it. That means flow that is, that present moment. Don't resist it. Let it flow like a water, and you go with it. So I think your example is not about surrender. That is, you are feeling some love about on your brother, whatever the relation. For that, you are sacrificing your win, whatever it called. It is not surrender. Okay,
Okay, I mean it's fine. I got it. I try to understand that surrender. Yes, for
surrender
example,
is not that one. But
okay,
some
if I
okay.
go in a author way,
Mm,
if I, for example, if I'm in a such a situation that
mm,
I have to give up. For example, the author says that okay, now at the moment I have to take that moment, whatever it is coming up, but I don't want
yes.
it to surrender myself to that moment. There is a choice for
Okay.
me.
Okay, you don't want to surrender to that moment, then surrender to the whatever the emotion inside of you. That
That makes
means
sense.
you you are up, you are not comfortable with that situation. You are opposite. You are resisting that situation. That means you
Hmm.
have some pain in you. That means surrender to that pain. Some situations are not easy to accept. Okay? That means you are getting some pain. Then surrender to your inner emotion, your inner feeling. Then it
That's what I'm
that
saying. When
oh
I surrender to that inner emotion or to that one, then that one will suppress me. That's what my situation here. When I try to
uh,
surrender, either way, it can be the love towards my brothers or to that situation where my emotion is asking me to surrender. The moment I surrender, then it suppresses me and it dominates me, saying that now I win. I don't want that actually. So I don't feel like to surrender. You
I
understand? Yeah,
think I
that is a
think that
tricky
is
one
not.
actually. But I understood the concept. Yes, I thank you so much. I
Okay,
wanted
thank
to
you.
understand your perspective. And my perspective is, when I try to surrender, my inside ego always says that don't surrender, Madhvi. If you surrender, they will, either it can be emotion, or it can be people, or it can be any situation. Then they try to
So,
dominate you. Don't do.
I want to say one thing. Pradeep sir usually said, "Don't surrender." Why should we surrender? So
Exactly.
don't
This is what
surrender.
I feel.
Yeah, yeah. When you
Sorry.
feel surrender, when it is not
Sorry.
in your hands, then you surrender.
Hello, Masters. I just wanted to share that my understanding of surrender is that, trying to let go of feeling that you have to control that moment or that
Mm.
situation. Just genuinely say, I just witness what is happening and I just let go of this feeling of wanting to control. So then that is, in my understanding, you're completely surrendering to that present moment and to the situation. And when you do that, I have tried doing this in my life, being mindful, being in the moment, and trying to let go. And I have realized that suddenly you start uh, being a witness to your thoughts, and you can also see how the emotion is overtaking you when you have a certain thought. And when you witness that emotion without resisting, but completely acknowledging, accepting, saying, I acknowledge you, I accept you, and I send you deep love. I am sending you love because you have to accept that that is also part of you. Whether it's anger, whether it's jealousy, hatred, we all have all these emotions during the day. But when you say, oh, I don't want this anger to come to me, I don't want this jealousy, I don't want this, you're again resisting what is already a part of you. So you have to, just like when you have a child who's throwing tantrums, if you are at the very beginning, try to be very strict, the child will get even more angry, even more upset. So you first give the child acknowledgement, saying, I accept, I acknowledge, and then you send love. That love will transmute whatever emotion you are going through into a higher frequency emotion. And I have experimented with this so deeply, so many times in my life, and I have found it works like a charm. Whenever you have even the slightest feeling that, oh, this thought is coming, and witness the thought, what is the underlying emotion here? Jealousy. Okay, I accept you. I
Mm.
acknowledge you're there, but I'm sending you my love. I send you my love and I embrace you. And you will suddenly see a transformation and you will feel so much happiness for the other person. The jealousy immediately gets, transmuted. So any low frequency emotion, you can transmute it by letting go, by not resisting, by just accepting, acknowledging, and sending your love to it. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Padma, madam, for sharing your view.
Thank-
Saraswati Chitra.
Oh, Saraswati, yeah.
5 to 6 we every week we have meditation session with Pradeep sir, right? So on that
Yes,
time I asked you the same question: what is surrender and to whom should we surrender? So he gave a clear answer that you need not surrender to anybody voluntarily.
yes, yes,
Okay, one thing. Then second thing, what he said is, um, before that last participant, you said that if death comes, we have to surrender. It's no option. It's compulsory to anybody to surrender because we don't know when we will get the death. One thing. Second thing, he gave example that generally we are writing exam. So everybody is writing exam in school, college, or any competitive exam. So we are preparing very well at the most. So we are writing the exam. We are expecting the result. The result is not in our hand. So we have to surrender to the universe or higher self for the result, whatever we get.
yes.
So this is the answer.
So do your best
He
and
gave.
leave the rest. Yeah, that is
Yes,
the
that's
quote,
all.
perfect
That is
quote.
its mode. Yes,
Yeah,
quote.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
second
I
thing, next.
have. Mm.
Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, I have taken this concept some part from Pradeep sir's video only.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.